Hello, Mountain Life Ushering team. Thank you in advance for taking a few minutes out of your busy lives to tune in and watch this video, watch this webisode. I also just want to give you a big hug and a big thank you for being a part of the Mountain Life Ushering team. What you do here as an usher at Mountain Life Church plays a very, very important role, not only in furthering God's kingdom, but it plays a huge role in the lives of the many people who attend here at Mountain Life Church. And in just a few minutes, we're going to talk more about the importance of your role as an usher. So some might be saying, hey, Robert, we've tuned into this video. Why do we got to watch these videos or these webisodes? Well, through these videos or through these webisodes, I hope to accomplish a couple of things, several things. One is just to encourage you in your role as an usher. And number two, help you as an usher grow in your role. And then number three, I want to be able to get to you information regarding changes, training, just overall information that everyone on the team needs to know. In the past, what we've done is we'd send out a mailer to everybody on the team and say, hey, meet at Mountain Life Church on this particular night. We're going to have a dinner, we're going to have some fellowship, and then we're going to do a little bit of kind of just informational training about what's going on with ushers or stuff you need to know. But as the team has grown, because Mountain Life is growing, what we're finding is people's lives are crazy, their schedules are crazy. So what works good for this person doesn't work good for that person, and then find out that not everybody can be there. And though the times of fellowship and hanging out and having dinner are great, when it came to those kind of informational pieces that everybody needed to be aware of, not everybody was getting it. So that's what I hope to accomplish through these videos, is to get everything that we need to know to everybody, and we're all on the same page. And I promise to do it in a very short time, like right around 5 minutes. So what I propose is we still aim to do one of those kind of gatherings once a year where we have a great time of just talking and getting to know each other. But when it comes to the important kind of changes and stuff you need to know, we'll tune into these videos. So if you could do me a favor, when you watch these videos, if you'll see right here at the bottom, there's a spot in which you can comment, leave some feedback. If you wouldn't mind doing that, if everybody would do that. So just maybe write something or whatever, maybe just a little dialogue, but also sign your name there, you know, like Joe C. or Betty H. or something. That way I know who's watched it, and I also know who hasn't watched it. That way I can go pester them and make sure they watch it so we're all on the same page. So just a minute ago, you heard me mention how important your role is as an usher. And some might be saying, music boy, I think you're stretching that a little far. I mean, like, I think you're over spiritualizing it. I mean, basically what we do is we hand out a bulletin and say hello to a few people. Well, you do those things, but what you do as an usher goes way beyond that. There's a lot more packed into that role than, well, many of you may realize it, but some of you may not, how important it is. When I got into church planting, I was required to read a lot of books on church planting and understanding how, you know, people view church that have never been to church and what kind of makes them stick, you know, when they visit a church. And one thing that was very evident, that was emerging strongly through the polling and research that a lot of people have done regarding first-time visitors to churches, is that this is, when a person steps onto the property and they decide to visit a church, it is like within the first 5 to 10 minutes, some would say 12 minutes, but I've read from anywhere from 5 to 10 to 12 minutes, that this person or couple, they have determined within that short time span if they're going to actually return to this church again. That's pretty heavy if you think about it. Before the pastor preaches, before a song is sung, they've already made up their minds if they're going to come back to this church again. So knowing this statistic, what is one of those key contacts that a first impressions or a visitor experiences in terms of first impression within that short time span? That one of those key contacts or one of those first impressions they experience is you. It's you as an usher. Wow. That's pretty heavy to think about. So you do serve a very important role in determining if a visitor is going to make a return visit. Now, I think all of us would agree that what we want to see when somebody comes to visit Mountain Life Church is, well, they have a wonderful worship experience, but what we hope to see in the long run is they become fully devoted, sold out followers of Jesus Christ. They open their heart, they say yes to Jesus, and they're following with their lives. So follow me on this. Picture, like in your head, maybe a neighbor or a friend, and they're out there in the world. They don't come to church. They're doing their own thing, and maybe they got another neighbor that lives alongside them, and this neighbor keeps telling them about Mountain Life Church, and they're like, oh, okay, whatever, yeah, whatever. And then all of a sudden a storm hits their lives. Maybe it's a rocky marriage, or maybe it's a health issue or finances, and they start kind of looking beyond the things they've done before to find the answers to life, and oh man, there's just got to be more to life than this. This is brutal. And then they remember, oh yeah, so-and-so's been telling me about Mountain Life Church. So they get up the bravery to pack the family in the car one Sunday, and they pull up on the property. They're a little bit nervous, and they decide to walk through those doors, and they're greeted by our wonderful greeting team. And then by around minute 3 or 4, they experience a greeting from you, an usher. And I'm sure you can see where I'm playing this out to. Depending on how you interact with them, within that 5 to 10 minutes can determine whether they're going to return or not. So imagine they come in and because you are the amazing ushers you are, you give them that greeting of just, hey, welcome to Mountain Life Church. It's wonderful. How are you doing? Here's a bulletin. Do you got any questions? Can I help you with anything? Hey, and then all of a sudden maybe it's a little bit of a packed worship center, and they have a party of 4, mom, dad, and 2 kids, and then being the awesome, responsible ushers that you are, you go down and say, hey, can you move over? We got 4 people. Yeah, great. Boom, they slide in. Boom, great job. They've gone through the door. They've met wonderful greeters, wonderful ushers. You found them a seat. Husband sits down and says, honey, these are pretty nice people here. I don't think these Christians are as wacko as we thought they were. I like this. And boom, right there, you've solidified within that 5 to 10 minutes of what statistics are saying that they're going to return again. So isn't that amazing to think that you have that instrumental key role, that kind of first line, that first position to make that incredible kingdom impact on them and solidify that return visit. And then the beautiful thing is we hope they come again, and then they come again, and they come again, and their lives are changing. Maybe their marriage is getting better, and then they go on to one day open their heart and say yes to Jesus, and to think that you had a very key role in that. So again, I just want to thank you for your role as an usher, taking the time to watch this video. What a privilege it is that God has chosen us at this time in His history to serve as an usher in this role. So don't forget to comment and stay tuned. More videos are coming.